If he is serious, he won't be counting cost because it is his choice to choose a woman to marry.
A sacred discussion.
As a B on Freedom Square News, beautiful people, you're welcome on board. And today is a special day. I'm lucky to have my daddy once again on this platform. He's a doc and an educationist. And today we are going to discuss about our culture and cultural practices. We are going to be particular with the Igbo tradition in Enugu State, Nigeria. And we want to look at our marriage rites. You know, recently I went to an occasion, an event that a man who is in abroad sent his people to get a wife for him. They did the introduction, paid the bride price, and came for traditional marriage. So for us, it was an agreement between the maiden, the husband, and the people. So we want to dig more of it. You are welcome to Freedom Square.
Thank you so much.
Please, can you tell us a little about you?
My name is Sir Dr. Isaac Unu. I am from Ezimu, Udenu local government area of Enugu State. My area of profession, of course, is educational administration and planning. Both my second and third degree. And that inspired me, even before my retirement, to establish school so that I can really practice what I learned in the school.
What is the name of the school, sir?
Rock Foundation International Nursery Primary. In Soka local government area of Enugu State.
Thank you, beautiful people. You can see a father and a man that has dedicated his life to raise younger generation to excellence. In our Igbo tradition, is there a place that a man can send his people to take a wife for him? Is it allowed in Igbo tradition?
Number one, culture and tradition depict the people's way of life. In olden days, a son can request the parents to choose a wife for him.
Okay.
In olden days, hoping that the parents will take care, look at a very good family and negotiate a wife for the son.
Without the son being present?
Without the son being present.
Okay.
This is because parents would like good things to come for their children. And the son who requested the parents to choose a wife, of course, has that trust that they will make a good choice for him. However, we have seen that modernity is overtaking traditionalism.
Okay.
And because of this scenario,
yes, sir,
I am of the opinion that in Igbo tradition, since it is something connected with marriage, that it is better the two couples see themselves physically.
Okay.
Because somebody in overseas requesting the parents to choose a wife may really choose that wife. But if the two couples are not together, definitely trouble may ensue. The man may reject the woman. On the other hand, the woman may also reject the man. So I am advocating to allow two couples to choose themselves as husband and wife.
You know, marriages happen from social media now. So let's assume that they have done before, all right? And this young man is checking the transportation, the money involved in coming back to Nigeria, getting married and going back. I'm thinking that maybe the young man wants them to marry for him and
transport her
and transport the lady to him in abroad. What advice would you give such person if somebody is thinking along that line?
Number one, you don't know the work schedule of that man that may not warrant him to come for that traditional marriage.
Okay.
So work schedule of somebody in abroad is not like liberal country like Nigeria, where anything goes. Because if the man is in a capitalist country like Britain, they are interested in exploiting the workforce, marriage. Number two, if the country the man is staying is very far away like Australia, Arctic, the flight ticket back to Nigeria, of course, is very high. So you shouldn't expect him to come for traditional marriage when he trusted his parents to go ahead. Assuming that man had knowledge of that woman before, there is no problem. Another thing is that the nature of the community where the man sought to take a wife might have weighed the pros and cons and decided to welcome the request. So these days, it is possible. I am thinking that that woman must have known that young man. We hear about crashes of marriages even after 1 month. So a lot of both advantages and disadvantages. To save cost, it could be
a motivation.
A motivation.
People, don't forget, it is as a bee on Freedom Square News, and I'm with Dr. Onu. And your comment, your contribution is very important. Let's hear from you. What do you think? All right, Daddy, for a young girl that is insisting that the husband have to be there in her traditional marriage day, or parents who are insisting that the man that will marry their daughter must be there, what advice beyond what you have said do you have for them?
If I am giving my daughter to marriage, I need to see that man physically. We have had somebody who used ordinary picture to pick a husband, only to find out that the husband has physical challenge. And the woman started rejecting the man. So, these days marriage requires physical presence of both couples. I advise parents, don't use because somebody is in UK, Canada, US, and so on and so forth, to give your daughter in marriage. Number one, you're supposed to know what that man is doing. Could be a drug pusher, it could be anything. But don't be blindfolded. He's in Canada, don't be blindfolded. Try to know your son-in-law very well. Try to know your daughter-in-law very well.
A marriage, like you told me in private, is a big venture that we need to go with prayer, being meticulous, like you said, making sure that the family you are going, that they have good reputations. Now, a young man who is, because of costs, because of the distance and all that is planning to marry without him being present, what advice do you have for this particular man?
The man is not a serious man. Marriage ought to be taken seriously because it's life partnership. If he is serious, he won't be counting cost because it is his choice to choose a woman to marry. So there is nothing to put into hiding. If you are not yet ready to marry, stay until you are qualified to marry. If he loves that woman, he shouldn't defer coming home for the traditional marriage. So he is not serious.
All right, people, don't forget you're on Freedom Square News, and it is as a B with Dr. Onu. I know you are already being blessed. Remember your comment, your suggestion, and if you do well to share, it will really help us, and maybe someone needs your advice. All right, sir. In conclusion, we hear of people who marry in deception. It's rampant these days. Ungodliness is growing, very destructive and all that, but still people are taking that path. We hear of people who got married at home, but they have a wife abroad. And at the beginning, they will promise this wife, don't worry, once we marry, I will bring you up to abroad. My father will tell me that a marriage where the husband is in another state and the wife is in another state is no marriage. That marriage should be between man and a woman who are living and cohabiting together. But we have seen cases that a man will keep the wife in Nigeria and he's staying in abroad. Once a while he will come and impregnate the woman and goes back.
Deception marriage never lasts because it is under deception. No truth is said about it. It's not the best thing.
All right, people, idea you have heard it from our daddy. He said it's not the best thing. So you that is planning to marry while you will not be there, and you that wants to get married to a man, please remember all this. Make sure that the promises made at the beginning is kept. And if it is not kept, you have to bear and take your burden. Because for better, for worse, we don't advise for divorce, okay? And please, let's be honest in marriage. And let's try our best to know all we can know before we enter into marriage. It is Freedom Square News as a B. Till we meet again, I remain your anchor, Ugo Kingsley Okoko, saying bye for now and remain blessed. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Freedom Square.